Citroen is following in the footsteps of its PSA Group siblings by launching its latest family car with a range of engine options. The idea being that you pick your car first and your powertrain second. So, this all-new Citroen C4, a kind of hatchback come crossover, is available just how you like it, with petrol, diesel or electric power.
Of course, the one we're interested in is this, the pure electric e-C4. It's almost indistinguishable from the petrol car on the outside because Citroen's designers decided they didn't need to make something look fresh for people to know that it's pure electric. This is our first opportunity to get properly hands-on with the new C4, albeit without actually physically being allowed to touch it. But having a good poke around should give us a good opportunity to analyse whether it's worth waiting on that Kia e-Niro order just ever so slightly longer.
The styling won't be to all tastes, but there's certainly an individuality to the new C4 and e-C4 styling. While that coupe-style roofline is all the rage at the moment, the way Citroen's team of experienced designers have incorporated a completely new lighting signature at the rear will surely turn plenty of heads. It's a little bit shorter, but a little bit taller than the Kia, giving a bit more of that all-important SUV presence.
But let's first take a look at that polarising front end. The familiar double chevron badge actually splits in two, so the top half joins these stunning daytime running lights, whilst the second half forms underneath the hexagonal headlights. Electric versions like this get blue detailing on the bumper and the side skirts, as well as this blue badging on the doors. But apart from that, you'd be pretty hard pushed to tell this apart from its petrol-powered sibling. In profile, this subtle cladding gives it a nice, rough and ready style, and we're quite glad that Citroen hasn't tried to hide the door handles in the C-pillar, because practicality in this area of the market is paramount after all. This rising beltline doesn't work perhaps quite as seamlessly as we might like, but this boot-mounted spoiler looks fantastic from the rear, and it helps give the car a really nice, deep, wide boot, but more on that a little bit later.
Citroen expects only 8 to 10% of total C4 sales to be of this e-C4 electric version to begin with. However, there is an expectation that that could grow to as much as 20% before long. The electric C4 uses a similar powertrain to its Peugeot E2008 and DS3 Crossback E10 siblings. A 134 brake horsepower electric motor drawing power from a 50 kWh battery, giving a driving range of up to 217 miles from a charge. Citroen claims it will hit 62 miles an hour from a standing start in 9.7 seconds and has a top speed of 93 miles an hour. As with most electric cars, there's a regenerative braking system to recoup energy when slowing down, as well as a variety of driving modes to prioritise power, efficiency, or a balance between the two. The e-C4 comes with rapid charging capability as standard and will top up from a 100 kilowatt public charger to 80% capacity in 30 minutes. Home charging overnight takes around 7.5 hours.
In here, the first thing you notice is the relatively wide and flat dashboard design. It all centres around that frameless 10-inch infotainment screen. As is increasingly common, especially on electric cars like this, every model gets a digital instrument cluster, and this one is mated to a head-up display, which makes the car look really great and gives it a really high-tech feel. The low-mounted steering wheel comes loaded with buttons for the infotainment system and the driver assistance systems, and there are actual physical controls for the climate control, which is really handy because in other PSA products like Peugeots and Citroens, they're all in the fiddly infotainment system, which really doesn't work that well. According to Citroen, the C4 and the e-C4 prioritise comfort, but unfortunately, as we're not even allowed to sit in those lovely watch strap leather seats, we're going to have to reserve comment on that until a little bit later.
Citroen lists a total of 20 safety systems, either as standard or as an option on the e-C4. These include automatic emergency braking, post-collision braking, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, active cruise control, a coffee break reminder for the driver, traffic sign recognition and automatic headlamps. A 360-degree camera, parking assistance, hill start assistance and trailer stability control are also available. Citroen says extensive customization and personalization of the car will be possible at the time of ordering, with 31 colour combinations and 6 different interior ambiances to choose from. Available wheels range from simple covers on 16-inch steel wheels on the entry-level model through to more stylish 17 and 18-inch alloy wheel designs, though the electric e-C4 gets its own 18-inch diamond cut design. Exact prices and specs will be revealed soon.
Space in the back here doesn't actually look too bad despite that sloping roofline. The seat bases and the seat backs are fixed, but we've got this double bubble in the roof, a bit like a Mercedes S-Class coupe, which means that people who are a little bit taller shouldn't be too stretched for headroom. There are a couple of USB ports and some air vents in the back, which again makes life a little bit more pleasant for those sitting in here. Let's take a look at the boot. So, as I said, the boot is a really good size. It's nice and wide, and there's 380 litres to play with. That's pretty much the same as you get in a Volkswagen Golf. Fold the seats down, you've got 1,250 litres in there. There's a flat floor, and under here there's room to store the charging cables, which is obviously really useful in an electric car. This new Citroen E4 has the potential to be the most exciting and important electrified PSA product yet. We love its functional interior, its quirky styling, and its useful publicised range. And while it might be a little bit longer until we actually get to drive the thing, this first taster has done plenty to whet our appetite for what's to come.
Head to DrivingElectric.com for all the latest electric and hybrid car advice, news and reviews, and check us out on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Finally, while you're here, make sure you hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to ensure you never miss a video.